Oh, fish on, fish on. It feels really weird, guys. What do we have? What in the world did I just hook? What's up, people? I'm excited about today, guys. I'm out here on Boone Lake. I'm getting ready to try out the brand new Old Town Bigwater ePDL 132 kayak. I'm very excited to give it a test run. I may have come out here yesterday and caught one bass and a bunch of trees. So today is round two. I did find a couple things that were very interesting, and there's some high stakes involved here. Guys, we're gonna try out the stability of this brand new kayak. Supposedly it is very good and stable. So today I'm gonna be throwing a cast net to see if I can catch my own bait, and then we're gonna go to a very special place where I noticed there were a ton of longnose gar, and we're gonna see if we can use some threadfin shad to catch some longnose gar. So it's a fun experience. I also want to check out a campground that you can access from the water. So there's a lot of things I want to try out today. I don't have a ton of time, so let's hit the water. Let's see what we can find, and let's try not to flip the kayak. All right, people, so noticeably heavier craft that we're now using, but it's also supposedly a lot more stable. It is still warm enough that I can, you know, get my shoes wet and just kind of launch the kayak, but I think those days are dwindling quickly now because it is late October. It's gonna hit like 70 degrees today, maybe even 75. It's gonna feel really good, but here shortly, all of that's gonna change and the water temp's gonna drop down dramatically. So let's go ahead and drop this in. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, lock in our pedal drive. So guys, with me today I've brought my Garmin. It's my old Garmin Striker from the old boat. I want to use at some point I'm going to use nicer electronics, but while we're trying to figure some stuff out, here we go. Go back, traditional. Oh no, why is it saying the transducer is not plugged in properly? This is bad. Fish finder is not currently working, but it might here in a second. Let's just go with it. So guys, right now our number one goal is to find bait and throw a cast net from a standing position in the kayak. Pretty sketchy, so we might be throwing blind, and that is worst case scenario. That is not what I want at all. However, man, we got to roll with the punches. Luckily there are visual signs of occasionally when shad will come up, they'll flick on the surface, and it should give me a general idea of where these shad are. But guys, here's the brand new kayak. We're cruising in it. It feels a lot stabler. I've taken it out once, but I haven't been able to do a video yet, and the reason for that is simple. I have not had a ton of success yet, just due to the flooding and all the craziness of, you know, Hurricane Helene. It's just been a wild time, so I haven't really gotten out a ton. I've gotten out a couple times. I caught a bass the other day, which was good. Caught a bunch of trees, which was less compelling, so I didn't really want to include that. Man, you couldn't ask for a better day to be out here as a kayak fisherman. Look how smooth the water is today. And like I said, I'm looking for signs of life. I'm looking for little flicks on the surface, whatever I can find. You know, there was a flick. Okay, so I'm seeing some flicks over here. Yeah, I'm seeing some shad over here, which is good. Seeing the occasional bust from a bass is a good sign as well. Means they're cruising around, they're chasing these shad. So we're gonna get a shot at some shad here shortly. That was a lot of S words in a row. So let's go ahead and preemptively move our trolling rods to the back of the boat. We're gonna do that just so they're out of the way. And the less things I can have in front of me when I go to throw this net, the better, right? So all nets, everything needs to be behind me. I don't want anything getting caught. Guys, today I brought with me the deep diver or deep hole net made by Betts. It's the net that has gone viral in a video for catching gar. And ironically, we're catching bait for gar today. So how crazy that'd be if I catch a bunch of gar again. Hopefully I don't. All right, so we're getting little pops. We're getting little things. So let's check stability real quick. Pretty stable. Feels pretty good. I'll tilt this up just a little bit more. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, of course, is grab the net. Now this has a 50-foot rope on it. We're not gonna need to use that much rope. I think it's probably more like 20 to 30 feet deep here, if I had to guess. Of course, I'm guessing because my striker still says we're at 0. All right, so here we go. First attempt in the Bigwater ePDL. All right, we got it open, guys. It's not pretty. In fact, the rope's stuck on the paddle. We're working through stuff here, but I can throw standing up here. It's not super stable feeling, but it is stable enough that I can do it, feel good about it, which is a lot better than my old kayak. So guys, we're already moving in the right direction on that. Okay, hit the bottom, here we go. Come on, be some bait. The first thing in the net, unfortunately, is a stick. So that means I do have to be careful. I do have to be careful because there's a stick. All right, let's move to a different spot and throw again. Today we're practicing the stability of this kayak. It's very scary. I don't like it. All right, back down it goes. Back down it goes, here we go. So guys, we're just bombing it. Different spots of the lake here. I know there's shad around. They're moving around in pockets. I don't know how deep they are. There's a lot about today I don't know. Oh, careful, careful. All right guys, here we go. Let's see what we get this time. Come on, be some color in there. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes. So guys, pay dirt, we've got some threadfin, the very thing I was after. Not a ton of them, but we've got a few, and that is massive. That is massive, guys, because that is the target species we were after. So what I'm gonna do is just open up this net, and I'm gonna grab them by hand and throw them into my bait tank. Let's go ahead and see if we can get them all down in the bottom. All right, so we're gonna move this net back here into the bucket. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, look at these guys, this is amazing. Okay, and we've got threadfin shad. This is huge. This is absolutely huge for what we got to do today, and we need more. This is going to be not the last cast, let's put it that way. I don't have a super huge bait tank here, so I can't catch a ton of these things, but I'm already telling you, this is a huge deal to have caught a few. The pump is on. Goal one is already somewhat successful, and that is huge. Like, I did not expect success that quickly with no fish finder, but here we are. Tell you what, I'm gonna loop this into the pedal so it doesn't fly out of the boat as I throw again, and let's throw again. Nothing that time. It just feels like there's this giant weight off my chest as soon as I catch the first few baits, because I know I can work with those guys and we can catch stuff with them. Man, we are learning on the job today. Oh yeah, look at the way that thing opened up. Yeah, got a few, guys, a few more. We're not getting droves of them, but we are getting them. All right, let's throw again. Okay, yeah, we got at least one. Whoops. It'd probably help if I had a rope, I would say. It'd probably help if I had a rope. There. We get a big goose egg. Oh, no, not a goose egg, not a goose egg. One threadfin, we'll take him. Heck yeah. So let me grab my trolling rods and let's get those going. So check this out, guys, this is nuts. So guys, I'm turning on the Old Town here. It says hit plus. Now check this out, I'm gonna hit 1. I'm getting a pedal assist now. It's actually easier to pedal, but we're gonna put it on autopilot. Boom. Let's see. There it goes. Once that little icon starts spinning, you know it's on autopilot. So now, guys, check this out. I don't have to pedal. I can just focus on getting baits on lines, doing all that stuff. So let's do that now. And how nice is this? It's like with the other kayak, I was doing so much juggling. It was just absolutely insane. It was way less juggling. Look at that. We got our bait in the water, fresh threadfin shad. Let me loosen up that drag significantly. So first thing I'm gonna do, let out some line. Probably about 20 feet, give or take. Just enough that he's cruising well behind the boat, gets a little depth. We got a 1/4 ounce on there. And look at this, guys, we're just cruising. I don't have to worry about anything. And this is the power of this kayak. Not only can I throw a cast net from it, there's less juggling going on now, which is incredible. I'm gonna let this out about 20 feet. So 20 feet from the bait to the planter board, 20 feet from the board to the rod on the boat. 40 feet total, 1/4 ounce weight. Gamakatsu size 1 octopus hook. That's the formula. And then of course you gotta have the water bugs. Okay, that's the planter boards I use. I've been using them for years, and the proof's in the pudding. I've caught a lot of fish using these guys, so they are very, very effective. They're very powerful. Guys, the way I'm hooking these is I'm finding their nostril. I'm going through one nostril and out the other. They're very like translucent, so you can actually see the hook the whole time, which is kind of crazy. All right, let's do the same thing again. Let's let out some more line. Oh man, they're so shimmery in the water. It's like, could there be a better bait than catching your own bait? No, I don't think so. I don't think there is. The best alternative, if you don't have a cast net and you don't want to fool around with this shenanigans, which is not, I mean, in the wintertime, this is a terrible idea. It's still warm enough I can do it, but you know, run over to Brummett's Bait and Tackle and grab some of those large shiners. They're still open, guys. They've got the integrity box going right now out front. You can leave some cash, take the bait you need, and even after the flood and all the damage that was caused in Hampton, they're still open. So go give them some love, guys. They need it right now. That whole town got absolutely smashed, and I know a lot of towns did in the area. I mean, Irwin, Nolichucky, like some of those videos I've done, those spots are gone forever. Who knows what's going to happen. All right, let's tilt this down. I think what I'm going to do is, so guys, this thing is cruising pretty quick. Now that I've got my lines out, I'm going to backward pedal. That turns off the autopilot. And now I'm going to cruise a little bit slower, guys. Just a little bit slower of a speed. And let's just cruise. Let's see if we can cover some water here. I'm probably going to do one big circle to see if we can catch a bass or something. Guys, we're going right by some trees, underwater trees. That's a great spot. It's also a dangerous spot. You never know what's going to happen when you go by those trees. You could bump one, get stuck in a tree. Those threadfin, they know the trees are there, man. They swim right down to them. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hitting those trees right now. I'm getting a bite. I'm getting a bite. I'm getting a bite. Let's see. Does he still have them? Fish on, guys. Right by those trees. How cool was that? Oh yeah. Nice bass. Planter board sliding down. Oh yeah. Hey man, we'll take it, you know. Let's get him in the net. All right, not a monster, but cool. I mean, right off of those trees, guys. Threadfin shad went by. This guy was like, heck yeah, I'll eat that. Let's see. Oh, that hook is barely in his mouth. All right, guys, so looks like a little spotted bass. I mean, he's just a little pancake, man. he's not big at all, but heck yeah. Let's see if he'll do a little dance for us if I put him down straight up. Let's see what happens. Oh, nope, just straight down. All right, so guys, they're gonna crank this bad boy up. Right now, we're just doing the power assist, the gears. You can feel them going. It's so crazy. All right, we're gonna go up to power 5 now. We're really cranking. Now it's on cruise. Look at this. We are absolutely flying. Look at this behind me. I mean, we're just moving, man. This is absolutely crazy. And we're just gonna fly our way over to Candy Creek now. You know, there's no flying seagulls yet. There's not a lot of bait busting around. Not a lot of fish jumping. No reason to even try to troll through this area. Instead, we're just gonna bump really fast now. And this is, I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous, guys. This is so much faster. I mean, look at this wake. It's like shooting by me, going super fast. And I mean, supposedly, when you've got a full battery like the one I've got, I mean, you can go all day doing this. I mean, this is just crazy. We'll find out at some point. I may try to do the length of Boone Lake on one battery and see what happens. But for now, let's just go to a good fishy spot and see if we've got some longnose gar hanging out. If we do, I'm gonna try out something that I've never really done before to see if we can catch them. I think I need to cut on the front just to show people a different angle, because this is pretty cool. So guys, we're scooting along. We're going fast. This is the max speed of the boat. Unfortunately, because the fish finder is not working today, I can't tell you the max speed. I'm guessing probably about 5 miles per hour though. And all we're gonna do now is, guys, we're gonna go way back into Candy Creek where I've spotted a bunch of longnose gar yesterday. And we're just gonna see if they're still here. I don't know. I really don't. All right, people, we're to my spot. I'm a little sad, only because I'm not seeing nearly the numbers I saw yesterday, and that's kind of how it goes with fishing. So what we're doing right now is we're looking for gar coming up, and if we can kind of key in on where a bunch of them are, that's where we're going to kind of set up. So right now I'm simply sitting here and we're looking around. We're trying to see if we can find some patterns. In the meantime, it can't do us any harm to have a couple of lines just directly below the boat with some shad on them. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab a live one here. Okay, so there was a gar. There's 3 gar jumps right there, so we're in a good spot. But we got 1 rod down. Let's get our 2nd rod down. Okay, he's on the bottom as well. Let's pull him up a bit. There's another gar jump. So these gar guys, they are in this water column. They're hanging out. I don't know if they're gulping air. Honestly, it's kind of hard to know sometimes what they're doing. We're gonna take this half dead one. We're gonna take a half dead threadfin shad because it's more about the smell than anything, and because of the way they orient themselves, I'm actually gonna hook him right through the back. Okay, right there. Now this threadfin shad's already dead. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add on a bobber. And I don't think it has to be a super heavy bobber because it's not a super heavy setup. We just want it deep enough in the water column that potentially one of these things grabs it and runs. So there we've got about maybe, I want to say about 4 feet, give or take. And we've just cast it straight out in front of us, and we're gonna let that thing sink down. And all I'm doing now is I'm just watching that bobber, guys. If it goes, we're just gonna open the bell and let it go. But we're looking to see if we can get a gar to engage today. And while we're doing that, we've also got our 2 down lines in the water column. There went another gar right there. So part of me is wondering, is this just like a terrible idea? You know, there's a chance it is. I don't know. Oh, right next to the boat, man. I'm telling you, right next to the boat. I mean, they're all around us. I am surrounded. Oh, yeah. This right one's getting chomped on right now, guys. Yeah, something's got that right rod. There's some tension on it. Oh, I think I bumped it off already, but let's just see what, yeah, look at that. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna have to let it sit a little bit longer. Something was chomping on that thing, and we all know what it was. Oh, there's a bump. So something just tried to grab my left rod. Let's see if it comes back for it, or if it bumped it off. He may have ripped it off, guys. So guys, I've noticed now both rods have gotten a little bump, okay? And those are the reason why. Those gar coming up and splashing. Oh, fish on, fish on. Here we go, guys. Oh my goodness. We just got smacked. I looked back because I saw something jump, and suddenly my line shot under. It feels really weird, guys. Let me loosen that drag just a little bit. What is it? What do we have, guys? I'm hoping it's a gar, because that's been the target. Man, it feels weird. Let it wear itself out here. Oh yeah. What do we have, guys? Let me stand up. Better fighting vantage. There we go. Oh, it's nice standing up in this kayak, I'm telling you. It's coming up, guys. Man, it feels weird. All right. Moment of truth here, guys. He's getting in that other line. Look at that. That's no good. Tighten that up a little bit. Oh, what is that? That's not a gar, guys. What is that? That's not a gar. What is that? What in the world did I just hook? Oh, we got ourselves a big old catfish. We got ourselves a channel cat of all things. Darn you, channel cat. You got right up in all my stuff. But we'll take him, man. That was fun. Good fight. Look at him croaking at me. All right, hook's out. Look at this channel cat, guys. So guys, we had a suspended bait just cruising along. This dude came up, smacked it. Now he's croaking. So let's get him back in the water. I was not expecting a catfish today, but hey man, we'll take it. Down he goes. All right, guys, so I'm noticing, you know, signs. It kind of looks like a campground over here. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna cruise on in here regardless of that and read what the sign says, because I am very curious. You never know on days like today. This is one of those days where I wanted to get out, I wanted to explore, I wanted to figure a few things out today. And it's been a really good day for that, but before my time runs out, I want to go over here and see what these signs say and see if I can figure this out. Man, can you imagine the bluegill in the summertime right here? Also the amount of snags poor people probably have running into. All right, so we're getting pretty shallow here. Let me see if I can redirect. Interesting. All right, so there is a sign right over there that I really want to see. I'm just super curious what this area is. Is it public access? I'm not really sure. But we're gonna find out. Let's lift that rudder up. There we go. Oh. Oh, feels good to stand up after sitting for so long. Ooh. It's definitely muddy right here. Goodness. Oh man. Muddy, muddy, muddy. Wow. You sink right into it. This is a nasty spot, man. Yuck. All right, let's grab our book. Guys, I've been challenging myself to read more. All right, let's get out of this yucky clay here. And let's go read the sign. Check that out, guys. What a beautiful day, man. Absolutely beautiful. Got all sorts of animal tracks. Let's see if we can find one of these signs and figure out what this area is. Clearly people have been stacking debris. I know I saw a sign over here somewhere. That's what we're looking for, guys, is a sign. There it is. All it says is fish attractor. Surely that's not a fish attractor. That may be what they're calling a fish attractor. I don't know. We're on a sandy beach here. It's interesting. Yeah, so it says fish attractor, Tennessee Wildlife Resource. Surely that's not what those are. It might be. I mean, they're definitely tied together. So maybe that's what they are. I know I saw a trash can back here too, so I'm curious, like, why is there a trash can? Oh, so I see the trash can across that next cove. We just have to walk around to it. But here's one too. Okay, let's read what the sign says, guys. I found it. I found a sign right in here. Oh, nice, it's a little camp spot. Okay, so there's a trash can back there. We've got a spot for a fireplace right there. Let's see if we can read what the sign says. It's awfully weak looking. Let's see. Please limit your stay to a maximum of 2 weeks. TVA, public land. Hey, that's cool. So we're on public land right here. That's what I've heard from other people. I just wasn't aware myself, so that's really cool. Whew, how sweet is that? Heck yeah. All right, so we've explored a little bit this way. Now I just got to find a good spot to read. Currently reading Building a Non-Anxious Life by John Deloney. So far, so good. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but whew, I get a little stressed out sometimes. So I'm trying to address that so that it doesn't affect my family. Oh man, look at this. Really cool tree spot. There's all this moss up there. Man, you can tell in the summertime at full pool, the water comes up pretty high right here. You can see how much they've already drawn down the water. It's late October, the leaves are changing, the water's getting drawn down, and we're just exploring this public land here. I'm actually trying to figure out how I can get up here. It'd be nice to be able to get up here and read in the shade, so that's my goal. All right, let me climb up on this log here. Yes. Look at this spot, man. This is so nice. Let's get in the shade here in a soft area and read some of this book. All right, guys. So I've read a chapter of my book. but it's time to head back to the car. Before I do that, we're gonna pick up this piece of trash here. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It looks like something that has to do with fishing perhaps. Maybe it's just an indicator for a float that's left out for catfish, who knows. But if this is yours, just know I'm putting it in this trash can over here so you can always come get it. All right, throw that in there. Well, that was nice just to kind of figure out this public land situation, read a little bit from the book. But now I've got to get back in the kayak and we've got to get back to the house. I've got to get back to the car. We got to cruise quick. So we're going to put this back on power 5 speed. We're going to zip across this cove and we're going to get it loaded up into the car. All right, we're on cruise control. Here we go. Look how quick we're just cutting through this water. Even this wind, I mean, this is nothing, man. It's gonna shoot me across and save me so much time. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. We're cruising back into misty waters. We're about to get out of the kayak. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. I am so pumped to use this new kayak. We're gonna have a lot of good adventures on it. We're gonna find a lot more fish and we're gonna do a lot more exploring here in East Tennessee. If you guys enjoyed this one, you may also enjoy another Boone Lake kayak adventure right here. Or if you'd like to see what it's like to catch a striped bass out of a kayak, I've got another episode right here. Until next time, tight lines.
3, 2, 1.